there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. Today on Tundra Tactical, we're going to look past our love of LPVOs and see if we can zero in on what your red dot says about you. So sit back, change out those CR2032 batteries, and let's start the show.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Before we get started, everybody remember, this is a joke. It's the internet, people. Stop taking things so seriously. I genuinely cannot believe I have to say this. All right, here we go. Let's get one of the big boys off the table nice and early. If you rock an Aimpoint of any kind and have never served in a forward unit, then you're just posting for the gram and the few gullible people around you. Your entire wardrobe is 511 gear or Cry Precision, unless, of course, you're on a vacation in the mountains, and then it's only the best top-of-the-line Arc'teryx or North Face. The term just as good might as well be something that is only understood by an undiscovered tribe in the Amazon. You've got the titanium bulletproof gas cap on your lifted Jeep that you never dare take off-road despite the thousands of dollars you still owe on that rock crawler kit that you had put in. You also still play CDs in your war wagon and their exclusively 5-finger death punch. While you think you're exuding a warrior poet vibe, in reality, you're coming off as more of a douche than the one your mom erroneously used to try to stop you from being conceived. That doesn't work, and well, you're proof, bud.
What? Jesus! That was brutal.
If you never go to the range without your shot timer, then you might just be a competition shooter. And if you are, you probably have one of those see more competition style sights on a ridiculously priced but buttery smooth competition gun that was never designed to have factory power ammo fired through it. You're most likely a very skilled shooter, as long as it's against bowling pins or falling plates. And the only reason that the missus puts up with how much time and money you spend at the range, well, it's because she's noticed an increase in your split times with that trigger finger.
Woo! Oh my god. Woo!
All of your social media pictures are of you at a local match with the same people as every other weekend wearing a shooting team jersey of some kind. And you know you'll eventually get that sponsorship if you could just tweak that reload recipe just a bit more. You're a bit of an acquired taste, but unfortunately that taste is a veggie omelet MRE soaked in old mayonnaise. Yuck.
That's nasty.
If you've got a red dot on any gun that you trust your life with that does not automatically turn on or off, then you're a sick degenerate and a masochist. You use more lithium by burning through CR2032 batteries than Tesla does, and you do everything the hard way for no other reason than hating yourself. You turn off the screensaver on your laptop and you leave the brightness setting to high so your battery has a lifespan of about 36 minutes before catching your pillow on fire. Same thing, by the way, goes with your phone. You fully charge it 5 times a day because in your world, batteries are meant to be abused just like you were as a child. How can I say that, Cushion? Oh my goodness. For the same price, you could have gotten something that would actually only require a battery change once every year or two, but no, instead you save $4 and you just spent away your kid's college fund on those CR2032s. But who are we kidding? That kid's never going to college anyways. If you decided to really cheap out and went with suggestions from Google or Amazon, then you probably spent less than $100 and have either broken it already or have yet to take that Chinesium wonder to the range. Whatever optic it looks like, well, it's just way better because it's not made for airsoft. That's why all the designs aren't original and the descriptions use every buzzword possible. I mean, we're talking like sniper, tactical, hunting, delta, SWAT, military grade, washable, non-GMO, microwave safe, batteries not included. Honestly, that last one's the worst because if you're gonna send out an optic, please at least just drop one battery in the box with it. I kind of feel bad for these types of people that get swindled by these companies. Most of them don't know that much about firearms, optics, money management, or even showering. It's honestly just so sad they live among us. Even worse is we can't get away from the horrible sound their 1999 Honda Civic makes when they manually downshift their automatics.
Wow.
Ah, yes, the average Vortex buyer. These guys, well, they're just trend followers. They saw all the marketing and bought in hook, line, and sinker. They're the Glock fanboys of the optics world. They have those Vortex decals on the back of their Ford Expeditions right next to a Punisher skull and the words "Rip Chris Kyle." They drive this thing around wearing a Vortex hat and just waiting for Vortex to come out with sunglasses. Let's be honest, you'd rock pit vipers, but they wouldn't blend in with your gray man lifestyle. Newsflash! Advertising all that Vortex stuff negates any gray man-esque qualities you think you might have. In fact, if I had to guess, I'd probably find a police trade-in Springfield XD in 40 cal in your glove box right now. If I'm right, let me know in the comments down below. If I'm wrong, tell me what you stupidly keep in your glove box. Did you decide a long time ago your money's worth more than supporting your local economy here at home?
Yes, definitely.
Well, if you said yes to that question, I'm going to go ahead and assume you bought yourself a Holosun. They're in the mid-tier range of red dots, and Holosun options honestly aren't that bad. They seem to be pretty tough, and they've got plenty of features. They're like the budget cruise options for vacations. They have everything you needed included at a price that's reasonable and justifiable if you shop around. You are more of an instant gratification type person since you knew you wanted an optic with a higher reputation, but you didn't want to save up for it, so you just went down to Cabela's and bought one today. If it wasn't for being scolded by your dad, you would have eaten that fish you caught that one time as soon as you pulled it out of the boat. You're covered in tattoos that you regret because you wanted one right then and there and didn't want to think of a good design. You saw the solar-powered option and thought that was a great idea because once the first battery runs out, you'll just take it outdoors and do all your shooting on bright sunny days.
That's for blasphemy.
And now we come to our honorable mention. All of you EoTech guys out there. This is an honorable mention because my writer, surprise, got lazy and threw in a holographic sight for good measure and word count. You guys are the next step down from the Aimpoint guys, just with astigmatism.
Man, I'm dead.
Those of you that run this without an astigmatism are most likely former Marines because they need something tough enough to survive their cran buffets and their air-conditioned IQs. My goodness. Savage today, Cushy. You have about as much gear as you can possibly afford, although it's not top of the line, but it was 20 years ago. Interceptor gang, am I right? Just like with every other trend, you're about a decade behind, and by the time you can afford those quad nods, the real pipe swingers, well, they'll be running owl nods and be able to see all the way behind themselves. Your favorite band was Nickelback up until about 4 years ago when you realized, well, nobody's really liked them for the previous 10 years. And the only time you weren't behind everybody else on a trend was the night we wished your dad would have pulled out. If your red dot came from Walmart, then you are the ultimate poor for this video. You don't even say it's just as good. You just say that it was cheap as you strap it down with one of those multicolored zip ties you found in the clearance aisle. There is no doubt in my mind that this optic is going on to some horrendously bubbaed SKS, or even worse, an M1 carbine found in Grandpa's attic. Your grandfather's looking down on you right now with what you've done to that poor firearm, but he's honestly not even disappointed because he expected this, mostly because he knew he was the last non-inbred member of the family.
God help us all.
You're driving that same 89 Buick you got back in high school that has more Bondo on it than Madonna has plastic shoved into her face. Your idea of seasoning is that bottle of Tabasco you carry with you everywhere you go, and your favorite scent to wear that drives the ladies wild. Whew, Hidden Valley Ranch. That's it for today, folks. If you like this video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and don't forget to join us next time when we still don't know what the heck we're doing. Bye-bye.